Hello. In this little video, I'm going to talk about using the Explore feature in Google Docs when you're working on research or projects in a Google Doc. So let's say, for example, I was doing a project on elephants and I needed to find some information about elephants. Instead of opening up a new tab and looking for information there, I can do some of that right within my document. So in the Tools option, there is an Explore option in there. So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to open up a little sidebar for me. And in here, I can search both my own documents and the web. So if I'm looking for elephants, I can search for elephants. And to start off with, I might just want to have a picture of an elephant. So I'm going to click on Images. And I'm going to find one that I like this one. And I can use the plus sign, or I can just click and drag it right onto my page. And it's going to insert that image into my document. There we are. So I want to show you why I like doing it this way instead of copying it from a web page and pasting it in. If I click on my image now, you'll see down below, it's given me a hyperlink to where that image came from. So it's giving attribution, it's giving credit to the person who took the picture so that I'm not just saying, I don't know where this picture came from, I just found it on the internet. So that's giving them credit. So I'm going to resize this picture because it's a little small. I want to show you that in Docs, if you right click or two finger click on some devices, you can crop an image right inside Docs. So I'm going to click crop and I'm going to use the black little, what would they be called? The black shapes on the edge, not the blue ones, to drag in it a little bit and just center that frame on the one elephant I want. There we go, and press enter. There we go, nice and cleaned up and less of a frame around it. Okay, so there we go. That's inserting a picture using Explore, and it's given credit to whoever took the picture. While we're here, we should talk about these three options here. So these are the three ways that a picture can live in your document. By default, it's inline. So that the picture So inline means the picture lives on a line of text. So I can put text above it. Whoops, let me fix that. And then I can put text to the right of it. I can't put anything up here because this picture is living on this line of text that I've highlighted here. See, so my highlight's really big. So that's by default. You can change it so that it's wrap text. And wrap text makes it a little bit more like a newspaper article so that it stays there. You can play with the margins. You can decide whether it stays with the text or not. I want to move mine down a little bit because I want that one line above it. Let's see if I can get that to work. There we go. So now I can have a line on top and I can have as much text as I want over here to the right of it. Okay, so that's option 2. That one is called wrap text. While we're talking about moving it, so to move this picture, I clicked on it and then I clicked on it again and dragged it with my mouse. What you can also do is use the arrow keys in the bottom right hand of the keyboard. And that's going to do what's called a nudge. And so if I do that now, it just moves it in little pieces. And it's a little bit easier to control moving it. If you want to be more precise with the nudge, most programs let you hold down Shift and tap, which I'm doing now, which nudges it that much less. So if you want to be really picky about where your picture sits and it's as tight as possible, you can use that. Okay, let's talk about the third option. The third option is called break text. So that means that the picture can be wherever, and it will sort of push your text out of the way. It doesn't wrap as nicely, so I can't wrap it. It just bullies the text into going where you want. So those are the three options. Most of the time for what students are doing, I would guess that you want wrap text. And I can have that wrap text image where it's just not on the left, it's in the middle. And so here, text starts here. Inline means that the picture lives on a line of text. So it's wrapping the text around it, but because I've got text on both sides, it's very hard to read. So if you do that, make sure your picture is all the way to the right or all the way to the left of your page. And when you're moving it, if you watch for that red line tells you it's now sitting on the margin, and it'll snap into place there. There we go. Okay, so that's inserting a picture using Explorer and a little bit with playing with images. So I find the picture I want about elephants, and now I'm going to have to put in some information about elephants. So I've still got elephants in my search here. I'm going to click on web. The first link is Wikipedia, which is very controversial when it comes to a source of information. So I'm going to, as Pontius Pilate would say, wash my hands of that and just move on. Will not make a comment. Here's a website from the World Wildlife Foundation. That's a reliable source. Here's National Geographic. That'd be a pretty reliable source too. I'm going to click this one. It's going to open up that page for me in a new tab. When I'm doing research, what I like to do to make sure that I'm writing things in my own words is have my research open in one tab and my work open in another tab, so that I can go here, I can read some information, and then not copying it, I'm going to go back and type out what I remember. And so I've taken that information and I've put it into my own words. So let's read the first few sentences here. Elephants are the largest land mammals on Earth, and they have distinctly massive bodies, large ears, and long trunks. They use their trunks to pick up objects, trumpet warnings, greet other elephants, or suck up water for drinking or bathing, among other uses. Perfect. So let's go put that into my own words. Elephants are really big. Okay. So I've taken that information and I've put it in my own words. Now, I may still want to say, where did I get that information? So I still have Explorer open, and I'm going to hover, which means not click, just put my mouse over the website I used, and I'm going to click this Cite as Footnote option. And what it's going to do is it's going to put a little number 1 there, and at the bottom of my page, it's made a footnote, which is given the source of that information. So that is saying I got this information from this website. Okay. If I wanted to have a quotation from the website, I could do the same thing. I could go to the website. I could grab this section about the African elephant. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. I'm going to make sure that I put it in quotation marks because it's not my work. And again, I'm just going to use this Cite as Footnote. Put a little footnote 2. And it gives me the website. For teachers, if you're picky about this, you can click these 3 dots and you can change the citation format. My personal opinion is I'm just happy if kids tell me where things come from. So that's how I can use Explore to grab images and to find information and put it in my document, as well as give a citation to where I got that information from. Explore also lets you search your own drive. So if you have files in your drive related to what you're doing, you can go and get them this way. I hope that's been helpful. As always, if you have any questions, let me know.